Yo, girl, after watching this live stream and reading this announcement page, I got a big grin on my face. So I'm gonna talk about. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but I needed to talk about this. So first of all, Maps Maps has made an announcement introducing the new lead system designer for Dcuo, Michael Mann, who his in-game name is Aviar, and they also made a live stream or had a live stream to where they talked about everything for the stats revamp, an update to it. So, reading the forum post, basically Michael Mann he introduced himself and he made some key points regarding revamping stats, removing advanced mechanics and weapon mastery bonuses, enhancing superchargers, modifying powers and power regens, removing power points, ending mid range, and preparing for the future, man. And just after reading all this, this is a big deal. I'm like, oh shit, alright, let's see what y'all gonna do. So on to the stat revamp that regards the removing or revamping stats. So they are removing combat rating differential, smoothing out how we gain stats over the course of our character's life, how we redistribute where stats come from, and where we also revamping stat related skill points. So removing CR, combat rating differential, that needs to go. I'm sorry, but there is no way that me, as an electric DPS, 175 CR with 220 skill points, should be getting beaten by somebody that's, no, let's say 170, 60 skill points, ice DPS, and I'm getting my ass beat out because he's ice. Like, no, and plus the CR, like, no, 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 that needed to go. So we are removing the CR. That's you know, that's terrific. So they also said we are smoothing out how you gain stats over the course of life and redistributing where stats come from. Now they haven't went into that much about it, but what that technically means was they say they're gonna smooth our consistency from level one, and so what they say is meaning your efforts to progress results in more even power growth. No more jumping forward in strength at certain combat ratings, and no more qualifying forward at others. So regarding the whole CR, because CR is king, and it is still king until this update comes in. And so redistributing where stats come from. So this was interesting. What they showed in the live stream was they had a new way, a new UI that showed how you would spec your skill points. So no more going into the weapons tree and getting all the way down to get the criticals, attacks, and then down to the weapon mastery stats. Those are gone. There is a tab for just stats itself where they had like critical attack damage, critical healing magnitude, precision, might, like all of those were a slot by themselves. No having to go through any weapons and stuff. Like if you wanted to put skill points into might right away, you can do it right away. So that new UI was very interesting and it really reminded me of different games how the skill tree kind of work. And so they said they were also revamping stat related skill points. So like I said, no longer will we have to go through different weapons to get our skill points. They basically have a new UI where we can just spec our skill points into, right? So all that has to do with revamping stats. So now, removing advanced mechanics and weapon mastery. Thank you, Lord. I'm telling y'all, I liked the idea of advanced mechanics and weapon mastery, but how they executed was just awful. I mean, advanced mechanics and weapon mastery just took over the combat of the game so bad. Like no skill was needed anymore. Like weapon mastery, yeah, when it first came out, it was cool because people like Earth back then or electricity or nature, we was able to keep up in DPS, and now it also it helped out with trolling and healing. Having to do the weapon mastery, then you get the bonus. Save up on power and crit boost. Like it was cool, it was right, but it made it mandatory to where if you're not doing weapon mastery, you ain't doing shit. Say with advanced mechanics. We know how advanced mechanic is right now. If you're not doing advanced mechanics, then what are you doing with your life, right? So they're removing that. They're removing the advanced mechanic bonuses. They're removing the weapon mastery bonuses. They are adjusting the damage potential and balance overall. So weapon mastery is still going to be here. Don't get that wrong. Weapon master is still going to be here. Advanced mechanic is still going to be here. They are just removing the bonuses. So if you wanted to do those type of um, playstyles, then you can. You just won't get the bonus of it. And like they are also will adjust the damage potential and balance overall. So powers that are not only are they getting rid of the advanced mechanics, but they will also be having a final look at each power individually to its damage potential. So what made this real interesting was, I really had a question about PvP. Like, for PvP, how would these stat changes affect PvP? And they kind of said, we don't have nothing specifically for PvP, but you know, they made a post right here that says they are adjusting the damage potential and balance overall. So yes, powers like Celestial, powers like shit, Celestial, Heartlight, they're going to get a final look at them. So no, PvP is not being, I won't say it's being overlooked. They're not touching it, but the powers itself, they're going to get a final look at. So that's neat, man. So we will have the playstyles of Weapon Master and Advanced Mechanics. Some people they like to use just their powers. Some people like to use their weapons in their powers. Some people they like to do a hybrid. And so we are now giving that option. No longer is it a mandatory thing. So that's neat, yo. Enhancing the superchargers, they basically made it to where to make it more useful, and I'm down for it. Make superchargers to make it that big impactful thing. We have this little extra bar on the side to where it's going all the way up, but nobody's using it anymore. So the dev said he's gonna, you know, they're gonna look at that. So that's cool. I'm down for it. So modifying power and power regeneration. Basically, the summary over this was they wanted to make it to where our controllers are still viable in the group, and because we are removing advanced mechanics, and advanced mechanics ties in into your power getting regenerated, those are gone. So they got to look at that now. So what I like about it is, first of all, you it's going back to the way of where controllers are more useful, yes, and just better management of your powers. Like this is really turning into, now you're gonna have to learn your power and learn the rotations and loadout, because you can't spam it no more like you used to. So all you guys, who's doing these DPS competitions and using the advanced mechanics and shit like that, you better start learning something. Well, of course, we're all gonna learn something new because it's a whole new combat development. But yeah, man, expecting this that shit to go away. And so power regeneration, they also touched on it, like power regeneration is still gonna be there. We still are gonna get power regeneration from using our weapons, but they're also gonna make like a little skill tree to where we can spec into this and we get more power from our weapon attacks or whatever. So that's kind of cool. They're not really getting rid of that. So removing PowerPoints. This was very interesting because no longer will we have PowerPoints, 15 PowerPoints, but we are going to have, they're basically going to say the more you level up is how you're going to unlock your power trees. So from level 1 to 30 is how you unlock all your power trees. And once you have your power trees, then you will be able to use any type of loadout you want. So let's say I'm as an electric DPS, I can have static push, the Empress tree, I can have static push, electrocute, Gavarize, I can have Tesla ball, I kind of, so basically, that's not the actual loadout, but I can have all the last tier trees in my loadout if I wanted to. And before and right now, you can't do that. So that's kind of very interesting how they did. It says some of you might be wondering what will become of the iconic powers. The stats gain you previously found there would be instead be found in the new skill point tree. So nothing really deep. They haven't really gone that much deep into stuff, but they have gave us a good idea of what it means. And so now to the next post here, ending min rage. This is a whole wall of text, but basically, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but min range was just, it was going nowhere. I mean, like, yeah, we was down to the last few powers, which was Earth, Sorcery, Electric, and Nature. And of course, Electric and Nature, though they did need a revamp, all they really had to do was buff out the damage and stuff, but I guess they didn't know how to, so they're ending mid-range. And you know what? I'm down. In mid-range. Like I said, I hate it. It ties into the advanced mechanics. I don't like advanced mechanics. Like, get rid of that stuff, man. Let's have skills involved back in the game. Like, come on, like, you know, this is literally going back to the old style of DCUO. That's what so many of us was craving for. I can see so many vets just coming back and just like, damn, what's popping off over here, right? And so that was the last one. They go through this whole preparing for the future thing, but that was about it. But hey, man, this whole thing. So basically, so my thoughts. I think this shit is great. I want to say this though. So with, of course, for myself as electric in nature, I seen this a lot in the video in the live stream. So people was asking, when will electric in nature get its buff? Y'all, this is our buff. This is our buff. Advanced mechanics is gone. Webmaster is gone. Like this is it. Because basically, what we were competing against was advanced mechanic mentals, advanced mechanic ice. Like those, we weren't fighting ice and mental. We was fighting their advanced mechanics. Because those are the powers that people were using or that type of rotation. So since they are getting rid of that, it's truly gonna go back into how many skill points you got, how you are spec, how your mod is. Like it's going back to that ways and style. So they probably don't need nothing to do with that. And so like I said, we don't need advanced mechanical no more. We don't need a buff. So it's interesting, like I said, it's a whole new style. It's going to be a whole new loadouts. Like I said, since we no longer need PowerPoints and use any loadout, I'm really interested to see how type of combinations I can do with electric, and of course be there for my brother nature. So I'm definitely gonna be on test server. I re-downloaded test server. I got some people who's gonna be with me once this goes back up, but that's about it, y'all. I don't know. Like I'm excited. So I'm excited, but I'm skeptical. We know how DCO does it. They say these good things, and then bam, you're like, what the hell is this? So I mean, this really sounds nice. Of course, it's a new guy, so I have no information about him, but from how they say it, it sounds nice. And please, if you have a PC, you be on test server, you're gonna make this shit work. Cause literally, this can be the revival of DCUO. And I know about y'all, but I seen a link in the forums, not a link, a leak in the forums regarding what we're getting from Amazon Fury DLC Part 3. Y'all, we're getting one solo, two duos. I'm probably wrong as shit, but one solo, two duos, three alerts, and three raids. Basically, we're getting a lot. I'm probably wrong for those type of numbers, but we're getting a lot of stuff. So we're gonna be busy, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm really can't wait to see what they want to do. So that's all I can say for now. I mean, get y'all skill points up. Like literally, this game is about to be run entirely by skill points. Everything, all skill points is gonna matter so bad. Skill points is gonna matter so hard right now. Just thinking about it, like looking at that preview. I mean, it's subject to change, but shit, we'll see. But yeah, I just had to make this. I just had to make this and then watch the live stream, and they're gonna announce when the test server is gonna be up. And when the test server comes back out, expect me on this channel. Expect me to post some test server stuff. If y'all have any recommendation, test out this power and stuff like that, I'm down for it. I'm mainly going to be testing out Electric and Nature to make sure they get their stuff up, because it's long awaited for us. So I'm gonna represent for my Electric and Nature people, but I'll also do other powers, man. This is this is this is some good shit, man. Like I can't stop talking about it, but I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna probably gonna do something else, but hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Like I said, expect me to post some test server gameplay. I will be on test server if you are also going to be on test server, so we can link up if you want to do it, man. Now's the time. This seems like the shit. So let's see what happens, right? Y'all come back out now. You're here. All right, man. Take it easy now. Latest.